Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. But really kind of happy to be here and to present to you today about, and we'll get the slide up. I don't think we've got that showing just yet, do we? Here we go. So we're going to talk about favorite tips and tricks from our team today. So joining me today, so I'm for those, if this is your first webinar, my name is Damien Adler. I am one of the co-founders of PowerDiary and a psychologist with a group practice. So this is very much, I guess I have a appreciation for the little things that make a difference when you're running a practice, and that's often what it kind of comes down to. And we're going to talk about some little features or tips and tricks that really kind of speed up and make operating your practice with PowerDiary so much easier. Now, joining me today, we have Danielle. Hi,
Hey,
Danielle.
everyone.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Danielle Hopkinson. I'm the marketing manager here at PowerDiary, and I am super excited to be included in this webinar. Not that I am the star of the show, or you for that matter,
No.
Damien. The star of this show is really our customer success team. And this webinar is going to be amazing. You guys are all going to love it. And I'm super excited to bring it to you guys today and just kind of be here to help it along and let the customer success team really shine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, what are we doing today, Damien?
So we're going to go through and have this sort of insider's look. So our customer success team, so they're based around the world to service locally our customers in each of the key regions that we operate. So Australia, UK, North America, US, so forth. And they're really every day, right? They're chatting to our customers online. They're answering emails, doing phone calls, doing lots and lots and lots of webinars, and
Yes.
and lots of demos, right? And our customer team has they have a good sense of the things that sometimes people aren't aware of, or little tips and tricks that they have favorite things they like to show people. And so this is not about looking at actually like the biggest features that that we have or anything like that. This is actually looking at those little tips that really come very much from the people that are interacting with our customers day to day, and it's been fun, right? So and you've been working with the team on this.
I have,
Yeah.
and I've watched. I cheated, and I have seen all these videos in advance. So you guys are going to love it. There are some things in here that I was like, I didn't know that. It's so obvious. It's so in front of your face, but you just didn't see it or you didn't pick up on it. And you're going to get it today and you're going to just be like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So,
And so
uh,
yeah, I was going to say, yeah, some of them you might know, right? Like some of these things people go, yeah, I use that, I use that, I use that. But others may be things that, like you say, that you might be using the system all the time and not realize that, oh, there's a quicker way to do that, or there's a shortcut or something you might not even know existed.
yeah, a quicker way. And I think that's what you're going to find. There's a lot of like these little quicker way or these nuances that you just didn't you didn't know. So, like I said, so today we're going to review our favorite tips and tricks, including blocking off time, setting up tasks. You're going to love it. Dragging and dropping appointments, adding notes. Justin's got a really good one on that. Telehealth and so much more. So, again, you guys are going to love these. The team has done a great, well, let me rephrase that, a phenomenal job of filming these little segments for me, for us, for you guys. And me and Damien are really excited to bring it to you guys today. So
let's jump in. And
let's jump
I think, yeah, we've got, first up, we have got Justin. And Justin is from our customer success team. Now, he's been with us about 2 years. He's based in Australia. And we asked Justin, of course, to, for little information so people can get to know him a little bit outside of work. And he tells us, he loves, hanging out with family and friends. playing the piano, which I actually didn't know about Justin, I have to say, before this. He loves playing video games, hitting the gym, and one day he would like to speak fluent Japanese. And I know
Ooh.
he's certainly spent time there, and
Yeah.
it's a thing. So let's hear from Justin, and we're
Okay.
going to look at two, or three actually, I think, three
There
tips
are
in his
three, but
video,
it's all in
in the one
one.
video.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's all in one.
Very good.
So he's going to
Okay.
go talk us about updating the appointment status a quick way, a shortcut to telehealth, and the notes icon. Like I said, you're going to love it. So let's go over to his video.
Hey everyone, Justin here from Power Diary to give you some quick tips on how to click less and load less pages. I've got 3 tips for you today, so we're going to jump into it really quickly. So the first thing that I'm going to show you today is how you can very quickly update the status of your appointment. So you see, I've just had this appointment here with Mary, and well, I want to update the status, but I don't want to open the appointment panel. So what I can do is I can actually right click and I can come down here and just set this to completed, and you'll see it's updated my status just on the left there. Nice and easy, no need for the appointment panel if I don't want to use it. Now, the next thing that I use with my appointment with Mary is my shortcut to telehealth, because I've got a telehealth appointment with Mary. And so what I did there is that rather than kind of searching or doing anything else that might have taken a little bit too much time, I've clicked on the appointment and I've come over here and clicked on this little video icon, because when I click on that, it takes me directly to the start telehealth session button that I need to start my session with Mary. So nice, easy, and I didn't have to fiddle around with any menus. And the last one I want to share with you really quickly, which is probably one of my favorite little things, is if I've had a really crazy day and I can't remember where I'm up to with my notes, have I started it? Is it in draft? Is it completed? I'm not sure. Rather than going into every client profile to check if that's done, which would take a lot of time, instead what I can do is click on this here, and you'll notice this little icon here. Now, in this case, this particular appointment, it's white. That's because there's no note attached to it. But if I click on Frodo's one, well, it's blue. And that's because I have started the note here, but it's just not done yet. I've left it in draft. And then I come down to Gandalf's and you'll notice that it's green, and that essentially lets me know that it's completed. So I don't even have to go in. I can quickly see where I'm up to and click on that icon to jump straight into the notes section and continue working on notes that I haven't done yet. I hope these help you, and bye for now.
That was great. I love that. I did not know about that color change on the notes. And I have to tell you that I really liked it. What was your favorite part about that? What is there? Well, you obviously know everything.
um, I think, look, it didn't work. Sorry, the video did not play.
Oh,
No.
Damien didn't get to see the video.
No,
Okay.
I did.
Well, everyone else, since I got to see it, I will tell you, I liked, well, one, I told you, I like how the notes icon, how it switches color when it's in process or when it's completed, or if it's
Yeah.
not even started. I think that's really cool. I did not know that until Justin's beautiful video. I also, again, the shortcut telehealth, so obvious. You know, you got that little thing there. If you don't
Yeah.
realize, you can click from there versus going all the way to the client profile. I mean,
Yeah. And that's actually one we added only a few months ago. So I didn't, for some reason, it froze on my screen, so I couldn't see it as the video was playing for Justin there. But that the telehealth link, this is something that we found that people were, like to go into the appointment, and you've got into their client profile, and you'd have to click this sort of start telehealth in that section. And what we found is, of course, if you're seeing lots of people back to back, you don't want to do that. And there's that, like, having that link right there, shortcut in, and that button, like, that gets smashed all day long. So when we put that in, people were just using it flat out. So it's a great one. But sometimes people still don't realize that it's there, and then that's what it does.
Yeah. And then the other one he did was the appointment status, and how you can just click on it and then drop it down, and then you can change the status. So I thought they were all really good tips, and he did a really good job editing his video. I didn't do that, guys. He did that on his own. So A+ Justin. All right. So next up we've got Stephanie. So
yeah, so Stephanie, she's been with us now almost a year. It has gone so fast, and Stephanie's awesome. she hit the ground running, and now she is all over it. Now she's based in Australia. Now her outside of work things that she likes to do, she enjoys anime. She likes going to new restaurants, and she's quite a DIY. Yeah, she likes home projects.
You need to help me update my house then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now she's going to talk today about looking at upcoming appointments from the appointment panel, and also about how to find an appointment slot. And these are two features. I'm really glad that she chose these, because these are two things I know that people often don't realize that are there. And we probably need to make some changes to the way that operates to make it even clearer, because these are two awesome things. So let's have a look at Steph's video, and
All right.
we can talk about it afterwards.
Let's go.
Hi there, Steph here to show you how to make sure your client's next appointment is booked in. So I've just wrapped up my client's appointment, and I want to make sure they've got another follow-up appointment with me in the calendar. So to do that, I can quickly click on their appointment tile and review the appointment panel that pops up on the right-hand side. So as you can see here from Monica, I've got her next appointment right there. And as you can see here for Phoebe, I don't have a next appointment reflecting here. So I want to make sure that I can stay on top of that and quickly get her booked in for another appointment. So how can I do that? Using our handy availability finder, I can click on the three dots at the top of the calendar, and click on availability. So I know Phoebe is visiting Drake, and she's doing so at our Central Perk location. So I can pop that information in and quickly find a spot available for Phoebe. And the brilliant part is it's going to pop up on the side here for me, and I can locate Phoebe's name, pop her in, and that's a follow-up appointment.
I think she got a little cut off there at the end, which is interesting, but I loved it. That was really interesting. What did you now? How long is that feature? Is that just been always out?
That's been there for some time. So that would have been there for at least 12 months, perhaps more.
Okay.
And it's again very useful, right? When you're trying to find an upcoming appointment, and rather than sort of clicking through and looking for a gap, you can then just pick it. And it's the same interface, that availability there, that we use on the client portal. So if you're utilizing the client portal and clients are looking for an appointment time, obviously we're not going to show them the calendar with all the appointments in there, because we can't do that for privacy reasons. So of course, what we show is just the available times, and we use the color coding so that they can just pick the time that suits them, and it just sort of really focuses, I guess, the information, or the information we're presenting to just what they're looking for, what time is available for this particular appointment. And so by putting that feature in for the practice admin teams to use, it just means that we get rid of the busyness of everything else that might be happening in the calendar, and say, okay, someone's on the phone, or they've got someone in front of them and they want to find the time quickly, bang, they can just do that. And they're not like click through, trying to find where a spot is. So, but yeah, it's not. It's a feature that when people know it's there, they love it. But we haven't. I think we really probably haven't done enough to kind of promote it and to show that this is something that can be done. So awesome that Steph has
tackled that one. Now I feel like I just learned something that I didn't learn before. So I guess I'm gonna, in my next little how-to video, I'll have to use that.
Yeah, we should absolutely.
All right, so now we've got Katie, and I just love Katie. Oh, I love everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, so Katie, she has been with us now about 2.5 years. So she's a senior customer success rep. Now, Katie is based in the US. So she provides support to US and so North America. It also covers Canada as well. Now, she, in her time away from work, she loves hanging out with her dogs. She's actually she's a great gardener. I've had tours of her garden, and she also likes quilting with her grandma, and she makes some awesome quilts. I've seen Minecraft quilts and things over the years. So Katie rocks. Now she is going to talk about today dragging appointments into new date and time, and also duplicating previous notes.
Yes.
So let's throw to Katie's video. And
now she filmed hers. So these are 2 videos. So we're going to do the drag and drop one first, and then I'll click right on over to the copying session notes. So let's get in it.
Hi, Katie here from the customer service team to show you a Power Diary trick. This one is going to be moving the appointments on your calendar screen. To move appointments on the calendar screen, we're going to use the drag and drop method. To do this, simply click on your appointment, and without letting go of your mouse button, you're going to drag it to the new time slot you'd like. Once you have it in the new slot, go ahead and let go of your mouse button, which will move the appointment there. The change will also be recorded in the appointment log, so you can see that the appointment has been rescheduled. Hope you enjoy this tip.
Appointment log. Look at that. I didn't even, that you could see that it's been, that's great.
Yeah. So it's great too. Like if there is the log, if something has moved, particularly if you've got perhaps a large practice with a number of admin team members working on appointments, sometimes a question will come up about, hey, why'd that get rescheduled, or who moved that, etc. And that way, having that log there shows exactly when and who and that it was sort of done. And that drag and drop, right? It's interesting that a lot of people know that that's there, but then there's still times where I might be talking to someone or be watching someone work on something, and I'll notice them reschedule an appointment by clicking the appointment and going and manually changing, like in the appointment panel, the date and the time. And you can do that. I mean, it works, but it's a lot more, it's time consuming, right? Whereas Katie showed, you can just slide it and drop it, and away you go.
And got a log. So if someone moved your appointment and you want to know who, you can see who did it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're on one other tip on this too is if you're on touchscreen devices, sometimes if people were doing a lot of things, you can there is a risk that someone could if they were clicking, holding, and sliding, they could move an appointment, for instance, by accident, theoretically, right?
Oh,
yeah. So what we've got, there is a feature that you can turn on in your accounts if you go into the calendar setup area, where it confirms like an appointment move. So if you were to click and drag, it will say, hey, do you want to just confirming you want that moved? And so that's just because for some people, different touchscreen devices will have different levels of sensitivity. We've got the interface. It's we manage the sensitivity to an extent so that it rarely happens. But for those who live and breathe on their devices, then that was a request that kind of came through probably 2 or 3 years ago that we implemented to allow people to have that confirm option if that ever is an issue for them.
I'll go ahead and put a little Help Scout article below so you guys can go ahead and learn about that one too. I like it. All right. So the next one is the copying of the session notes. So let's jump in there and let's check this one out too.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm from the customer service team at Power Diary. I'm here to show you a Power Diary trick. Today, I'll be showing you how to copy a note from a previous session to use for today's session. To demonstrate this, we're going to start on the calendar screen. From the calendar screen, you're going to go ahead and find the appointment and click it. Once you click the appointment, it'll open up the appointment details here on the right. Then you can click the Create New Note icon, which will open it up in the client profile in the records section to be able to create a note. Just below the new note, you will see an existing note from the last session. If you go to this little icon here, you'll notice it says Copy to New. You can click this, which will then copy the previous note for this current session, and it will have all of the information already input. This way, you can just type in and edit any information that needs to be updated. Hope you enjoyed this Power Diary trick.
Yeah, I think this is one that when we were making some changes to notes years ago, we accidentally kind of removed a similar feature, right? It wasn't as advanced as that. It was a different kind of format that we had the notes in, and people were like, no, we didn't even know that. Yeah. And then and the way that they were copying and pasting notes in the past in the old version, was quite manual, but we had accidentally prevented that, and people were like, no, like we want to, we want to be able to duplicate to make it more efficient.
Yeah.
And so we're like, hey, yeah, no worries. So we then, when we were rebuilding and bringing out the current version of the client notes, we thought, let's make it really, an actual, copy function. And people, I mean, they absolutely love it. And it's often notes can be quite repetitive,
Right.
from session to session. And so it makes, sense where you may not want to, let's say if you're mental health or something and you were doing a mental state examination, it might be quite similar from from session to session. So in that case, instead of having to redo it all, you can just do it, update anything that might have changed, and away you go. So
and away you go. Save someone a lot of time today. I really feel like someone just got like 10 minutes back of their life, and that we could thank Katie for that. So awesome. All right, let's keep going. We got Jessica now. Okay.
Yeah. Next up, so Jessica, so she has been with us now about 9 months or so. And Jessica is amazing. She also picked it up really fast. Loves Power Diary and just got her head around it really fast, and has been a wonderful asset to the team. So she's based in Australia. When she's not working, she really likes to kind of read and study foreign languages, and she wants to speak a total of 5 other languages fluently. So that's an awesome goal to have. Yeah,
more power to her.
Absolutely.
I made it through college Spanish.
Well, you did better than me. I've got to say, I struggled in the second language department. So she's going to talk today about, overriding when, you'll be out of the office, for an afternoon, and you want to have that reflected in your calendar.
All right.
So let's hand it over to Jessica.
Hi everyone, it's Jessica from the customer support team. My quick tip for today was how to block out an afternoon. Say for example, you've got something on next week with your family and you can't be at work, or you've decided the morning's been a bit too rough and you might want to extend your lunch break from 12 to 5. You can do that on your calendar here by clicking and then dragging the full amount of time that we want to block out from your calendar. We can then select this as a personal appointment, and we can just simply call this away from office, just to let everyone know that you might be working with you, that you're going to be away for this time. And of course, this will block your availabilities in your client online portal as well. I hope that helps everyone manage those times when you're away from work and help avoid clients booking appointments during those times as well. From both myself and everyone else here at the Power Diary team, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday celebrations. And of course, we look forward to working with you again next year as well.
Merry Christmas at the end of it. So or Happy Holidays, both. I love it. That's so great. Again, I think that's one of the ones where it's like right in your face and it's like obvious, but maybe you just never thought to do it, before. I like that tip.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I think most customers are familiar with, say, the formal rostering system, where you can go in and you can set your roster and you can put in your routine breaks and things. But this is, and the great thing about what Jess is talking about there is the on-the-fly type changes that you might want to make, and you just want to block out, a chunk of time as a one-off. I mean, you can actually make it recurring too. So if you want to handle your lunch break by just putting it in and saying, okay,
Tanya's going to show us how to do that next.
Zip. Okay. Zip. I'll say no more. But anyway, so if you want to do that, then that's a great way of doing the one-off sorts of changes instead of doing it via the roster.
Awesome. So that is going to lead us right into Tanja telling us about her she's next. So tell us a little bit about Tanja, and then we'll get into her quick tip.
Yeah, so Tanya's been with us now about 18 months. She's part of the Australian team. Now, when she's not at work, Tanya has a super outdoors active life. So she loves skiing, boogie boarding, camping, traveling. I know she really loves getting out there and doing that. And she also, as a goal, she wants to fly a light aeroplane someday, and I know she will do it. So Tanya's great, and she's going to talk about the using personal appointments to set recurring breaks, and also about assigning tasks to users.
Yeah.
And these are 2 videos too, right? That we've got.
Two videos. So we'll start with using the personal appointments to recur your lunch break, because that just kind of comes off the heels of Jessica and what she did. And then we will jump back in and do assigning tasks. So let's start there.
Hello everybody, my name is Tanja from the customer support team at Power Diary. Today I'm going to share the trick to book in a lunch break as a personal appointment. You can see Sarah's calendar. If we'd like to book her from 1 to 1:30 p.m. for a lunch break, you click on that time slot. You select a personal appointment in this case. You would add the title of the break, so say for instance lunch. We select the appointment flag, which is lunchtime for instance, and save. The appointment flag makes it more easy to recognize. If we would like to make this reoccurring, we click on the 2 arrows in the appointment panel, we make it recurring, and in this case I'm going to choose daily for the next 4 days and save. As you can see, we easily blocked a time for her lunch break. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas from the Power Diary team. Bye.
Okay. I like that one too. So I love the little recurring guy at the top.
Yeah. It's and you can. Some people won't be aware of that way of doing it too, because you can also right-click an appointment and you'll get you can also do it from a little menu in there as well. So it's great that she's showing us the other way to do it. And yeah, that's it's a good way of doing it. And personally, I'll use that method of blocking out breaks and lunch and whatnot, because I like the sort of on the fly flexibility with that. So if you've got the recurring lunch break, but maybe on a Thursday you want to move it slightly, or there's a one-off, you think, oh, I'll move that a little bit earlier and whatnot, then you can actually just slide it as Katie was showing, and just change that that time. So I like that flexibility. So a great tip.
All right, now she's going to show us about assigning tasks. And she said happy holidays too, so I like that. All right, let's go and look at assigning tasks.
Hello everybody, my name is Tanja from the customer support team. Today I'm going to share a tip on setting up tasks. I absolutely love this feature. We're all busy and sometimes you just don't get that chance to finish a report, for example. This can be set via the client's profile, tasks, add a task. So I'm going to add finish report. I'm going to assign, which is great. You can assign it to a clinician, for example, and save. When you come back in the next morning or even during the day and you want to look at your tasks, you just go to the taskbar here at the top. You click on it, it will open up the tasks, and you can filter per clinician, which is great. So you can just go by April, you click on the little hamburger, assign to, filter, and you can see all the tasks for April. You can go straight to the client from here by clicking on the link to the client. Once you completed the task, you can hide it. Isn't it great? I love it.
I love her. She just makes me want to smile every time I watch her.
Yeah, and this feature too can be used for patient recalls, right? So let's say someone may have finished sessions, but they may need follow up in say 3 months. So you can go in and assign a task to send a communication to that patient. So, and what will happen is it won't turn up as a immediate task. It will turn up in in 3 months or so, it will pop up. About a week before or so, it will pop up in the list, and so then people can go, okay, that's fine. Excuse me, the maybe the admin person or a clinician will say, okay, I need to send those recalls out, and you can even select a template when you're assigned the task, to set your recall. So it's a really sort of flexible feature. The other way that we see people use this is in a lot of health practices. There's a lot of letters that need to be written to GPs, and depending on the scheme, is often certain timing when these letters need to be written. So the task list really helps sort of keep track of that, and also allows, let's say, if an admin person was realize that, hey, this letter is due, they can actually create the task and assign it to the clinician, and then the clinician can see, okay, I have that task due, complete it, and keep track of it and stay on top of it. So it's a good way internally of managing tasks as well. That just again, everything we try and think of the things that are try and make the administration element easier, and so that's just one of those little tricks that kind of does that.
Awesome. All right, next up we've got Harry. And go ahead, talk to us about Harry.
Okay, so Harry has been with us now for coming up 6 years. So he is now the customer operations and technical lead. There's really not much about Power Diary that Harry doesn't know, and hence he's in this position, and he works with the customer team, and he, when he's not working, the sort of things that he likes doing. Again, he's quite an active type, so he likes rock climbing and getting out there. We know he actually really likes cycling as well, and when he's sort of winding down, he loves reading, listening to music, and he's actually a really keen writer. So he enjoys writing, and one day Harry he plans to publish a book. So
the story of Power Diary, perhaps.
I would say he will probably want to write something that's not work related. I would imagine, but he does actually do writing for us as well, in knowledge base content and things as well. So he does write with us, but I'm pretty confident that his book will probably not be to do with with work. All right, let's have a look at his. He's got a couple of videos, right? So putting notes against each new practitioner, and also demonstrating the legend. So let's jump in and have a look.
All right, let's go.
Hey everyone, Harry from Power Diary here. Today I just wanted to take a quick look at our appointment info feature, which is a handy way of sort of displaying information for a calendar in the diary view, so that when you book an appointment for that calendar, you have that information handy. So let's take a look at our demo account, and we'll look at setting that up. So when you're in your Power Diary account, to set this up, you just go to Setup and then to Calendars. Select the calendar that you're adding it for. So in this case, we'll add it for Megan here. And then it's just a matter of adding the information to this appointment info field. So in this case, we're just going to say that Megan is open to taking new client bookings for clients aged 12 to 21, and then we'll save that. And then now if you go back to the calendar, when we hover over Megan's name, we can see that information. So this is really handy for adding information that you might want your receptionist to have handy, or really anything you can think of. So I hope you find that helpful, and thanks for watching. Cheers.
I did not know that.
There you go. Yeah, it's really, really handy. And it's great because if you've got a new team member, new clinician joining, you can get that information in there. And it, so that's sort of available for admin staff to know, okay, who do they see, and what's their specialty, and so forth. But it also helps when you've got a new admin team member that joins, right? And that's a lot, when they're starting, they've got to sort of learn, what different practitioners do and the age ranges and so forth. And that's can lead to problems if you end up with a new admin team member who books the wrong type of client in with a practitioner. Then that needs to kind of hopefully gets discovered prior to the appointment. But it causes inefficiency because then you have to reschedule and do all that stuff. So this actually allows people to very quickly go, okay, who do they see, and just take care of all that without there needing to be some spreadsheet or notes, physical notes up on there saying what each one does. So really
Harry
cool
taught me this word. I'm going to use it right now. Brilliant. I think that is brilliant.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. Now this next one, demonstrating the legend. I actually am so glad he showed this because I didn't know this one either until I asked somebody one day, and then they were like, duh. And I was like, oh my God. So let's go into that one now.
Hey everyone, Harry from Power Diary here. Today I wanted to show you an often overlooked feature that's very handy for both your existing staff and potentially your new staff as well to get accustomed to the calendar and what all the different icons and colors can mean. And that feature is our legend. So let's jump into a demo account. We can take a look at how that works. So from your calendar, to access the legend, you simply click on this additional options button here and then select legend. And from here, you can see that it lists pretty much everything that you might want to know about. So it's the different colors for appointment statuses and what they mean, appointment types, and then the reminders and alerts as well. It also lists your locations and appointment flag. So they're things that you've set up and sort of determined what those different colors might mean. So that's really handy for new staff and acquainting them to the systems that you're using, but also for existing staff that might have forgot some of the more complex things that you could be doing. And it's easily accessible from anywhere in the calendar. So I hope you like that one and that you find it useful. And thanks for watching. Cheers.
So silly. I literally one day, this was okay, it was a while ago. I called Katie. I was like, because we're on the same time zone, we're close. I said, what does the bell mean? I can't find it. I don't get it. Where is it? And she's like, the legend, right? So I'm really glad that Harry shared that one because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that know that, but there's possibly people out there that don't.
Yeah, no, most definitely, and I think that's great. Why we're the team are really excited to do these videos because these are small things that can make a kind of big difference in just how you use the calendar and make things easier.
Yep. All right. So next up, we've got Irina, and you guys all love her from her other webinars. So it's good.
Exactly. So Irina, for those who regular watchers of our webinar, Irina has co-hosted a couple of them now with me, and the webinars that Irina does, we get awesome feedback. So Irina is a senior customer success rep with us. She is based in our Australian team as well. So she's coming up actually 2 years with us now. Now, when she is not working, she enjoys reading, painting, going for long walks, and she would love to travel more. So now, obviously, that COVID is going to into the background, and she's really looking forward to being able to do some more travel. So it'd be really great. So today we're going to see from her reallocating a part of a payment to another invoice. Or releasing the overpayment as a credit to be used later. And then the second video is going to be around the how to edit start and stop times for appointments. So let's have a look at Irina's videos.
All right. And just so you know, on her reallocating the payment, I have to apologize that her very first part of it, the intro, I know it already. It's cut off, but I'm going to play it first. The context to it is fantastic. And she just didn't have any time. She's a busy lady. She didn't have any time to refilm the start part. So just bear with her. She's going to go right in and show you how the software works. So I think you're going to really enjoy this.
Hi everyone, Irina from Customer Team here. And today I'm sharing with you. Here I have an appointment for the client who was charged a bit more than the service cost. So what I will do, I will click on the client name and I will click on payments. This will take me inside this client's profile billing part where all the payments for this client are listed. When I find the payment I'm looking for, I will click on the date of this payment to open its edit page. Under the payment information, I will see an invoice that this payment is already allocated to. This invoice is ticked. So what I will do, I will untick this invoice. This will release the whole amount and I will tick it again. In that case, only the required amount now is allocated to the appointment, and I can save the changes. This will leave the unallocated amount free to be used any other time that I need to pay for the next invoice. Or if I already have an unpaid invoice and I can use this unallocated payment to pay for it now, I will tick the second invoice and save the changes again. Now the whole payment has been used up to pay for these two invoices. Super easy. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
That was a good one. I mean, again, like the context is there. I wouldn't have even, that's a good one.
It is. And the other thing that that feature that she was showing there too, you can use that to apply a bulk payment to multiple invoices too. So let's say you have a third party who might be like an employer who's paying for 10 different employees to come and visit your practice. They might pay you in bulk, so one big amount, but you want to apply that to multiple invoices. So if you go in, as she said, to the into the payment area for, in this case, it would be the third party, and say, okay, we're going to apply that, we've got that payment there, so you'd enter it, and now we want to apply it. All the invoices that that third party has that are unpaid will show in that list that Irina just showed us. And what you can then do is go through and just click, and apply that one payment across all of those. And as you do it, it will just count down the balance of that payment and then just go bang. So you can sort of apply those payments to everything really, really quickly. The other tip that Irina didn't intend to show us, but she did, was actually the use of the mega menu in the appointment panel, right? So when she, how she got into that edit invoice, she went to the name at the top of the appointment panel, and you saw a whole menu that popped out that gave you shortcuts to everywhere in the client profile, all the different areas. And people sometimes don't know that that's there. They'll sort of, they might click just on the name or double click the appointment or something to get in there. But actually, there is a mega menu, and you can shortcut to go straight to invoices or straight to whatever you like, notes or something. And
ladies and gentlemen, Damien just got really excited and totally knocked his mic out. He was so excited about that. And don't worry, we'll upload all these little videos, these little tips to YouTube. And so you can go back and rewatch them too, because they are that good. So I like it. All right. So let's go to Irina and editing the start and stop times for the appointments.
Hi everyone, this is Irina from customer support, and today I would like to share a little trick with you. This will help you to easily reschedule an appointment to a different duration time in just one click. So let's take a look together. This is a weekly view of a practitioner's calendar, and here is one appointment that I would like to last longer, for 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. So what I can do, I can simply grab this appointment and drag it down for one time slot more and click OK to confirm. That's it. Appointment rescheduled to the new time. Very easy. And thank you for watching. Bye.
The moral of the story is, if by the end of this webinar, you guys are not dragging and dropping and moving your appointments directly from the appointment panel, shame on you.
Directly from the calendar.
Calendar.
Yeah. No, spot on. And the other element to what she's showing us there too is that when making an appointment, if someone wants to make a 1.5 hour appointment and they have their calendar showing in 30-minute increments, you can click and drag to select 3 increments to book the appointment. So I have seen sometimes where people don't realize they can do that, and so they'll click on, which will just select a half-hour, say, slot if that's what the calendar is set to. And then they'll go to the appointment panel and then edit the finish time. And like, oh man, that's really time intensive. So you can either click and drag the desired amount of time. You can make it as long as you want to start with, or as Irina just showed us, if you want to edit the start or end time, you can just click on the end of it. Or if you want to change the start time, you can click on the top of the appointment and drag the start up, and it will allow you to do it. So it's just makes things faster.
I agree. All right. So, in our last one today, before I, force you to go ahead and give us your favorite tip and trick, is Diana. And
Yes.
tell us a little bit about Diana.
Yeah. So Diana is the customer success team manager. Diana's awesome. She started with us only about 6 months ago, but we were actually just talking before the webinar that it feels like she has been with us for a lot longer, because she is just part of the team. So Diana, she's based in the US, and when she's not working, she enjoys travel, which she does a fair bit of, family time, likes walking, and also she gets into sports. And she's going to talk about how to reach the customer team. So this is a very apt one for Diana to take us through.
I agree.
Hi, I'm Diana, one of the team managers here at Power Diary, and I wanted to give you a quick tip and trick onto how to reach our global customer support team. It's easy. Just go to our website, powerdiary.com, and find the support dropdown. There, you'll click on Contact. You can send us a message just by entering your name, your email address, and most importantly, the comment or question that you have for us. One of our team members will get back to you. You can also reach us directly at support@powerdiary.com. You can also book either a one-on-one call or register for one of our live demos. To do this, go back to the support dropdown and click on Book a Call. There, you'll see how you can join an upcoming demo walkthrough. You'll be able to register for Plugin with Power Diary live with either Justin or May. Find the time that's best for you. Lastly, you can book a one-on-one call with one of our representatives. Scroll down and click on Book a Time Now. There, you'll be able to see a representative that's available at a scheduled time that's good for both of you. You will have an opportunity to ask technical questions or schedule an onboarding session to learn about how to get your organization onto the Power Diary platform. We're here to help you and hope you have an amazing day.
Every time I watch one of those videos, I just have the biggest smile. And I know you can't see us when they're playing, but they just make me so happy.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really good to hear from the team directly and sharing their tips like this. It's it's great.
It is. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to go and switch us back to, I'm going to get us out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Stop presentation. Now, I believe you should be able to go ahead and take us into your computer screen.
Yeah. Well, let me just go into share my screen, and I'll just go through a couple of things that I wanted to demonstrate. So what we've got here is the. So I might actually just expand that, because I think it's.
Yeah, make it a little bit bigger for us.
Yeah. And I might actually just. I'm going to stop the share for a second. I'm just going to try and get that to get it just the Chrome tab that I was after, because it's sort of going to. It's not kind of doing it the right proportions. And if I go there now, that's better. That's what I was after.
So much better.
That's better. We don't need everything else on my screen.
No.
Okay, so a couple of things here I want to kind of show. So Diana was talking about ways of contacting the team, from the website, and I wanted to show a couple of things within the app itself. So the first one is around here with the help. So contacting and getting help from within the application itself. So this here we've got articles that are linked directly to pages. So we go through and look at the page that you're on, and we'll link articles that are relevant to that page. So often when you click on that help, you should see articles that are in context of that page. So again, it provides information, nice and easily. Now, the other thing though is that if you want to actually contact one of the team members, if you go here to ask, and what you can see, we have two options from within the application itself to start a contact. So one is email. So if you'd like to send us an email, you can click on that, and what you'll see here is just that same sort of form that Dana was just showing us, and you can send through information if you want to do that. But also we have live chat, and so that's within the application itself. So you don't necessarily have to leave and go to the other site. You can just click on chat here, and first of all, it'll say here help bot, but that's just to get the initial information. The people that answer your they're actually live. We've got all these people here who are live and able to answer your questions. And so what happens? You just enter in some information, or start by asking the question like, "Hey, I want to know how to do this," and then just click send, and then one of the team members, that some of them that we've been seeing today, they'll jump on there and they'll get on a live chat with you. And so it's awesome. It means that you can get really quick help and right within the application, so you don't need to leave to do that. So anyway, I just want to show you that the chat function is great, and we have the the chat is available almost 24 hours a day. So because as obviously we've got users all around the world, and so our team members from all around the world obviously come on at different times, and we have that. So it will be there. There can be some circumstances where we've got a bunch of people doing demos and things. If an agent wasn't there to take the chat straight away, then the chat tab won't show, and you'll get the email option only. But that's actually fairly rare now. We watch these stats really, really closely to make sure that chat coverage is there. Absolutely. As much as we can, and the chat numbers, the feedback like that we get on chat is amazing, and like 40% of the chats, like it's great. 40% of the people that have a chat with us actually will leave a feedback rating, which is super high, and of those, the percentage, it's I can't remember the number, but it's like crazy high. Like it is, the satisfaction with chat is really, really good. So really do jump on there. The team are there to help, and let us know, and that's what we're there for. Now, the other thing I wanted to show though, okay, so the actual the feature is the practice manual, and this was something that we spent a lot of time on to get this, and a lot of work, lots of different areas to get this. So the practice manual is a built-in operations manual for your practice. So what it is, you'll see it here in the menu. If you don't have it activated yet, you'll see an option under your setup if you go into that to be able to activate that. So if it needs to be done by someone with what do you call it, admin access to the system. So okay, so what happens? You click on this here, and you get a practice manual, and it is pre-populated, because with we've got like well over 100 of these policies and procedures that we have. We compile a team of experts, and we've got them to write these, and so that people can go in and just edit and modify their policies are there, because it's really hard to start from scratch, right? Like people, if they think, I know I need to have a practice manual, I know I need to have something to help with consistency and compliance, but often it's just one of those things that that people don't get around to doing. So we've written it for you. You just need to modify it. So we give an example, for instance, here. So there's lots of, you can have these different kind of sections, and then within each of those, these different sorts of policies. So we look at confidentiality and privacy, for instance, we can click on that, and then we can see there is the policy or procedure. related to that. So there's all sorts of things, client information and management, how you might deal with third-party requests for information. And it allows you to sort of articulate.
And
exactly
it will automatically pull in your company's name and all of that.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And logo.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And logo. It will.
The logo.
They can actually. There is some customization that you can do.
Yeah.
But it will just create it all and merge it in. That's right. You don't need to go through, like a Word document and copy and paste, and put it grabs those templates, it grabs the business name and merges it in. And then you also have control over when you publish it. So I'll show you, if we go to something that maybe isn't yet, well, these are all sort of published here, but let's say if we pick one, maybe it's customer service. Here's a good example. So if we've got this here, you can see that these ones here are drafts. So if you, as the owner of the practice, you're not ready, you haven't finished it yet, well, you just leave it in draft until you're finished. That means the rest of the team can't see it. And then once you're ready, what you can do is just go to here and say, okay, I'm happy with that. And I'll just click on publish now and bang, you publish it. And you can even then, instead of going through and clicking through each one, you can click on this next, right? And then go, okay, let's edit that one and get it ready. And then when you're done, click publish, and that's it. So you can go through super fast and get everything set up and customized for your practice. And it helps in so many ways. It helps with compliance because and giving people the right information at the right time. It supports safe practice. But also it makes the running of a practice systematized, right? So it doesn't become reliant on maybe a few key people or one key person has the information in their head, and meaning they either have to do it all, like if it's a practice owner, they end up having to do it all themselves, or you might have an admin person who's been with you for a long time and that information is stored in their head. Now, if they leave or get sick or something happens and you don't have a manual, it means training the next person is going to be a nightmare, right? Because none of the information is documented. It relies on knowledge living in someone's head. So this way, it really allows you, to run the practice efficiently, be, I guess, more safe and consistent, and ensuring that things are done in the right kind of way, and takes the pressure off individuals. It means that you've got a true business that is running as a business, not really someone with that the whole business really is them, or they are critical to it. This sort of allows you to step back from that. So it's awesome. We released this early this year. Function, this practice manual function, we provide free for all accounts. It's there. Plus the templates are all free. We don't charge at the moment for any of that. Anyone
no
who
extra
has
charge? Come on,
no
that's
extra
amazing.
charge. We may down the track do that, but anyone who is using the practice manual now and is an existing customer of ours now, we will we're not adding
really
any
cool.
charges for it. It's included as part of the thing, and we just want to again give a tool for people to use, because we really saw this as a gap that that there wasn't something like this, and people would have Word documents and they have Google Docs and they have stuff everywhere, but when you need when the team needs information about how to do something, then they don't want to go looking everywhere, because often it just never gets updated. No one ever reads it. Whereas when it's in the application that people are in all the time, then they'll actually go and use it. So practice manual is awesome. The feedback for this has been it's been phenomenal. So
I love it.
Anyway, that's my tip.
Your tip.
And the thing that I want to cover today.
Okay, so I guess we're about an hour, so this is good. We're at the close, so let's go here. So now that we've showed you our little tips and tricks, we want to hear from you. What are your favorite tips and tricks? So we want you, if you aren't already in our Facebook group, please go and join. I'll show you in a second how to do that, and share your favorites. So basically, everybody knows Facebook. you want to go ahead and go get in Facebook, go up to your search bar, type in official Power Diary user group, and then you will see a list of things come. Go down to groups, go to groups down there. You see the secondary thing, click join, and then you'll get a quick questionnaire that's going to pop up. Answer the questions, and a Power Diary representative will approve you. And then once you're in there, about probably after this webinar, a couple days after this, we're going to go ahead and put up a post and just ask you guys to go ahead and share with us your favorite tips and tricks. And you know what else I'll do? I'll include it in the little survey that we send to you as a follow-up too. And if you've got a great tip and you want to give us a little, juice on what it is, we'll go ahead and we'll film it and we'll get it out there to the world, because there might be something that you figured out that we didn't think about. So I love it. That was super fun. Damien, did you have fun tonight?
It was great. Yeah. No, it looked really great fun to do it, and so hopefully you've learned, and everyone out there has learned, picked up something. There might be some of those things they're using all the time, but hopefully everyone has picked up at least one or two things perhaps they didn't know. And as you were saying, it'd be great to hear other people's tips and tricks, and to let us know. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you at the next one.
Thank you to our customer success team, and look for them soon in your next, chat or email. So awesome. Thanks, guys. Bye.